Hello everyone, I'm Mike Leone with DailyRoto.com. Excited to be here today to talk to you about some cool new features we've added to our site for our premium MLB members. If you don't have a premium MLB package, you can go to DailyRoto.com/premium and sign up for one of our packages. If you do already have a premium membership, just go to DailyRoto.com and make sure you're logged in. Once you do that, if you hover over MLB, you'll see a new option here called Premium Tools. And we're really excited to bring some tools and other research options to our customers that it's going to help give them an edge, most importantly, but in general, it's going to allow them to do some self-research and be a really useful tool when setting your lineups. It's going to definitely cut down on research time. So if you hover over Premium Tools, you'll see we have a hitter splits tool, a pitcher splits tool, and well hit ratings, or you can just click Premium Tools. If you do that, that's going to bring you to a page that gives you a high-level overview of the tools that we're offering. Today, we're going to talk about the MLB hitter splits tool. What the MLB hitter splits tool does is allows you to see all the Major League Baseball hitter splits in a variety of ways versus right-handed pitching versus left-handed pitching by lots of different time frames. So it's really, really cool. The high-level overview of what you're seeing right now is each hitter in today's split. So the default is based on today's. So that's cool. So you don't have to be constantly flipping versus right-handed pitching versus left-handed pitching. This is going to automatically give you all the hitters that are playing today with their FanDuel and DraftKings salary and their splits numbers based on the pitcher that they're facing. For example, we've got David Ortiz versus a right-handed pitcher in Ian Kennedy. So you've got David Ortiz's splits versus right-handed pitching. And then you've got someone like Stephen Piscotty who's facing a left-handed pitcher. So these are Stephen Piscotty's splits versus left-handed pitching. And the statistics that you can view this by are the ones that we often reference in our content that we find the most useful. WOBA, weighted on base average, that's just a great overall offensive measure of how good of a hitter is versus a certain handedness of pitcher. ISO is a great measure of power. It's slugging percentage minus batting average. So what it does is it removes the impact that singles have on slugging percentage to give you a truer measure of power. K percentage and walk percentage are just a batter's strikeouts and walks divided by plate appearances and then in percentage form. Home run rate is a batter's home run percentage by plate appearance. And then PA is just plate appearances, so you know what the sample size is that you're looking at. As I said, the default option are today's splits, but you can also view versus left-handed pitching, and that's going to show everyone, not just the players in today's slate. It's going to show all batters versus left-handed pitching. You still see the handedness that the batter is, which is very helpful. Again, you can check out right-handed pitching. And then you can also view this by different time frames. So maybe you want to see more recent data, and since 2015 is the default, so you're looking at kind of the last year and a half or so. But let's say we want to see if anyone's changed a lot very recently. So we might just look at the last 200 plate appearances, and you see Chris Davis. Okay, he's been absurdly good versus right-handed pitching the last 200 plate appearances, a 489 weighted on base average and a 310 ISO. But then you've got Dai-Ho Lee. Maybe you don't want to see him because it's only 21 plate appearances. You don't want that to kind of muddy the waters of what you're looking at. So one of the cool things is you can set a minimum plate appearance. So we can set that at, let's say, 150. Now you're only going to see batters versus right-handed pitching that have a minimum of 150 plate appearances. Of course, you can go the other way with things. Since splits can be a little bit noisy in small samples, you might want to view a larger sample, and you can view since 2013 or since 2014. If we go to since 2014, again, still setting a minimum plate appearance of 150. We see Bryce Harper's been the best hitter versus right-handed pitching. Just absolutely dominant numbers across the board. So the ability to view things by different time frames, to filter out minimum plate appearances, to see the splits in a variety of ways versus just right-handed pitching, just left-handed pitching, or all the players in today's action, specifically by their today's matchup split versus, and also their salary side by side is really, really nice. Another option that lets you quickly research is this search option. So you can search by name specifically. So for example, we can search Justin Upton. We see versus right-handed pitching for Upton that he has a 348 weighted on base average and a 202 ISO since 2014. So really good numbers. But this is a guy who's been cold, and we want to see what he's done recently. So let's switch since 2014 to last 100 plate appearances. And again, search for Justin Upton. And you see, oh, wow, only a 259 weighted on base average, 106 ISO, and the plate discipline metrics are horrible. So this is someone you're definitely concerned about. Even though it's a small sample, the power's down and the plate discipline numbers are a disaster. And those are kind of where we focus when we're talking about small samples. We like to see power and we like to see plate discipline. So it's really cool to be able to search a player like that. And one of the other things you can do is you can just click on that player. It's going to bring up a player card. And here you can see the player splits versus left-handed pitching versus right-handed pitching, and by a variety of time frames all at once. The DraftKings and FanDuel salaries are there. So that's really neat. If you quickly look, we could have done that analysis versus right-handed pitching without even researching, because you see since 2013, the numbers are great. But then you start looking at the more recent plate appearances, and the more recent you get, the uglier it gets. So that would be one way to quickly identify, okay, maybe right now we don't want to use Justin Upton against right-handed pitching, or at least not as often as we would have in the past. You can just click back on your browser to get back to the table. Another neat thing, and we'll stick with the Detroit Tigers. Let's view them. We know they have a lot of right-handed batters that hit left-handed pitching well, and we want to see just how well they hit left-handed pitching as a team. Well, in this search function, you can also start typing in the team name, so DET for Detroit, and whatever the team is here, it'll filter out. So now you're viewing the entire team splits versus left-handed pitching. This is since 2014, and you get an idea of why we like them so much against southpaws, because even starting with Justin Upton, 326 weighted on base average, which is around average, a little bit above average. I mean, that's the worst mark of like almost all their starters. You got Victor Martinez, JD Martinez, Miguel Cabrera. Like the list is pretty huge. All these guys in their starting lineup really, really hit left-handed pitching well. So the ability to search by team is important, and that might help you kind of think of some stacks that you might want to take. Or if you're deciding, maybe I just want to take one specific player from a team. But if you search that team and you see there's a few guys in the order that have really good numbers in the same split, that might get your mind going towards some sort of mini stack. Or it might also help you when you're thinking of taking a pitcher against that team and it's a righty heavy team. You start to think a little bit more, okay, I might not want to use a left-handed pitcher against the Detroit Tigers, because look at all these guys' splits. It's not just one or two guys, it's several guys that have really, really strong splits against left-handed pitching. So that's our hitter splits tool in a nutshell. Again, we're really excited to launch it. We think the functionality is great. It gives you a lot of flexibility in terms of how you want to view things. And depending on what you're looking for, you will be able to find it in this tool. I'll be back later to talk more about some of the other tools that we've launched, the pitcher splits tool and the well hit tool. And you can get to both of those from the hitter splits tool just by clicking these tabs up top.